Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ravens flock. Kyle Hamilton just became the highest paid safety in NFL history. He signs a 4-year extension worth $100 million, $82 million guaranteed. Kyle Hamilton will be a Raven for years to come. I was a little bit nervous about that. And I'm so happy they were able to get this deal done before the start of the regular season. Now, of course, EDC, he's working. He's got a lot of deals he's got to get together. It's going to be some tough decisions. Obviously, he's working on the Lamar Jackson extension, but honestly, he has from now till Monday. The good news is Ravens had their final practice for this week. When they get back next week, it's all about preparing for the Buffalo Bills. Week 1 preparation starts on Monday. So, Eric DeCosta has from now until Monday to try to get this extension done with Lamar Jackson. Lamar has stated himself, he does not work on contracts or discuss contracts during the season. So if they can't get an extension done with Lamar between now and Monday, it's probably not going to happen until March. So we'll see about that. Also, we know EDC's working on Isaiah Likely's contract extension and Linderbaum. It's going to be tough, but there's a chance one of those two is going to be the odd man out. I don't know how that's going to go. But I was really hopeful they would get Kyle Hamilton's done. I mean, this guy is the best safety in football. He's easily the most versatile safety in the National Football League. You had to get him paid. You had to get that deal done. You need to solidify him in Baltimore for the next several years. And that's exactly what Eric DeCosta was able to do. Things started heating up the last few weeks, and they were finally able to get a deal done just before the start of the regular season. So Kyle Hamilton will be a Raven for years to come, the pioneer in our defense. The greatest safety we've had since Ed Reed will continue to be here. Oh my goodness, thank God they got that deal done with Kyle Hamilton, because out of all the deals, that was the one I needed to see them get done, and they were able to get that deal done. They were able to get the extension. So, Kyle, thank you. Thank you for getting it done. I am glad you will be here for years to come. I'm glad you and EDC were able to get that deal done. Thank you, my guy. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Anyway, this deal is fantastic for Kyle Hamilton, and he absolutely deserves it. Like I said, it's a 4-year extension. It's worth $100 million. And 82 of the $100 million is fully guaranteed. It's great to see that Kyle Hamilton is getting exactly the type of money he deserves. He basically resets the safety market now because he becomes the highest paid safety in NFL history. So he has now reset the market for safeties, and it makes sense for a guy of his caliber to be able to reset the market. I mean, this is a guy who's been in the league 3 years. He was drafted in 2022, and in 3 years, he's been an all-pro safety in 2 of them. So he's a 2-time all-pro safety in a 3-year career, and he's entering year 4. He's been the best safety, arguably been the best safety in football, and he's easily the most versatile safety in the National Football League. Everyone on the defense accredited him for the major changes that ended up occurring during the second half of the season for the defense. Him going back to that free safety spot allowed the defense to change massively, and it turned the Ravens defense, which was one of the worst in the league, it turned them from that into the best in the league in terms of weeks 10 through weeks 18. Through that whole process, from weeks 10 to week 18, Baltimore was the best defense in football. And it was those minor changes and that major change to those minor changes in personnel, but more so that major change to say, you know what, let's bring Kyle Hamilton back up to free safety and let him operate there. And that decision ultimately saved the season, and it saved the Ravens defense from utter humiliation and turned them into a serious dominant force. So yeah, Kyle Hamilton, he had his breakout year in 2023. Just a fantastic year there, and we got to see his versatility because they were utilizing him all around the field on the defense. He was being utilized everywhere, playing him at free safety, playing him in slot. He would be utilized as a blitzer. He was being utilized everywhere. In 2024, he was still effective in doing that because that's where he could be the most versatile. But due to the defense being how it was, they moved him back to free safety, and he still played free safety at an elite level, arguably one of the best free safeties in football last year. It was just fantastic to just see how much this guy is able to affect the defense and how effective he is in the secondary and how dominating he could be in terms of just putting pressure on the quarterback, just second guess. He's so great in every aspect from coverage. He's able to blitz the quarterback. He's able to cover tight ends. He can do so much, man. Kyle Hamilton is so versatile, and to have a guy like that back there for your defense, it's just so great. So I'm glad the Ravens were able to get this done. Kyle Hamilton, out of all the deals, out of all the extensions, this was the number 2 extension that had to get done overall. But in terms of right now, heading into the season, this was definitely the number 1 extension that had to get done. Of course, overall, the number 1 extension that needs to get done is Lamar Jackson's contract, because he's owed a lot of money in 2026. You want to be able to stretch that out. An extension will be able to stretch that out, help out the team with the cap situation, and get Lamar the money he deserves. So they're going to work on that as well. So that's the number 1 extension that has to get done. But in terms of extensions that had to get done before the season, this one with Kyle Hamilton was very major. You don't want contract talks throughout the regular season. So for them to get this done before the start of this on the NFL season, before the start of week 1, it's important, it's vital, it's fantastic. So glad to see they got that done. Glad to see he's going to be here for years to come. Of course, EDC still has some work to do, and he was asked about that in the press conference. Like I said, he knows he's got a couple deals that he's working on that has to get done, and he spoke about it himself and saying, I like to work in the dark, so I'm not really going to speak on those other contract situations, but those are in the process. And of course, we know some of the ones, like I said, Lamar, Isaiah Likely, and Tyler Linderbaum. Those are the ones that he's definitely working with for the most part. So yeah, it's glad to see we got the deal done with Kyle Hamilton. Just takes off all the stress in regards to his contract extension. He becomes the highest paid safety in NFL history. He resets the market the way he should, because again, he's the best safety in football. And now the Ravens have him locked up for years to come. And the next move is to try to get some of these other deals done with Isaiah Likely and Tyler Linderbaum. I'm going to just say it, man. Tyler, we love you. We appreciate you. But you're not getting paid more than Creed Humphrey. I'm just saying. No. You know, $20 million, I can work with 17. I can work with 18 million, but I can't get you 20, bro. I can't work with 20. And I don't think the Ravens will even try to work with 20. Who knows? Linderbaum is incredibly valuable. You don't find a lot of elite offensive linemen out there that often, and this is an elite center. So it's one of the best centers in football. You don't want to give that up, and all of a sudden you go into the next year and you can't even get the snap count. You can't even get the snap off properly. You don't want that situation to happen. We've been in that situation before. We all remember what happened in Buffalo back in 2020, where we literally had a center that couldn't properly snap a football to Lamar. It ended up getting him concussed and knocked out the game. We don't want situations like that. And you know, Tyler Linderbaum's not perfect, but he's one of the best in the game. So you know on most Sundays, he's not going to make mistakes. He may have a hiccup here and there, but it's not going to be a consistent thing. He's consistently great. He's consistently effective in what he does, and we need to have him here for years to come. But these extensions, man, you're not going to be able to pay everybody, and if it comes down to him and Isaiah Likely, it's gonna come down to how the money's gonna work, because it'll be easier to sign Isaiah Likely than it would be to sign Tyler Linderbaum, especially knowing he's going to garner a lot of money. So that whole situation is going to be tough, but that's a conversation for another day. We just wanted to sit here and speak about Kyle Hamilton getting the money he deserved. Once again, congratulations to Kyle Hamilton on getting this $100 million extension. 4 years, $100 million, 82 of that $100 million guaranteed. He's going to be in Baltimore for the next several years. They got him locked up. It's a great thing to see. Congratulations once again to Kyle Hamilton. With that being said, that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys showing love and support, and I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Be sure to stay safe and peace out.